Everybody, welcome back to Quest for Glory 4, Shadows of Darkness. Last we left off, say goodbye.
You say goodbye.
You weary of talk? Good. You are a guest with us tonight. Let us join the others for food, drink, and dance, huh?
I hope you will enjoy the hospitality of my people.
Yes.
You spend the evening in the joyful company of the gypsies. The gypsies seem to have gone all out to make you welcome in their camp. You've eaten a rich, spicy stew with no garlic, with fresh bread and plenty to drink. Now it's time to relax and enjoy.
I look so stiff, don't I?
Come, is she not beautiful?
Look at the size of your teeth,
Why do
man.
you hesitate? Go, join in the dance!
Perfect. Great dance.
After hours of carousing with the gypsy wolves, you find yourself curling up into a comfortable position near the fire pit and sinking into a deep and dreamless sleep.
You awaken as the sun begins to rise. Of course, we now have to go back in and get our fortune read again.
I have seen in a vision that you have a friend in need, a stranger to this land like yourself. You speak with him in this room at the inn. This friendship will send you on a very strange quest.
Tell me about it.
Perhaps at another time we will speak more of this.
Fine.
You tell her...
I have always had dreams and visions.
Yeah?
Some of these are true events. Some are only what could be true. These visions are, like most dreams, clouded in mists. Their meanings, too, are very shadowy. If you wish to learn of your future, allow me to look into the cards. You have only to give me a crown, and I will give you a reading, huh?
Well, it's not cheap, I guess.
I
Whatever.
am the leader of this pack, and I wish I could lead them from this valley. I have had troubled dreams of late, and the game is getting scarce in this area.
Always eat rabbit. Seems to be tons of them.
Many are the kinds of the dead which do not rest. Some are harmless, some most helpful, but most are extremely dangerous. Some, like the Rusalki, are victims of crimes. Others, like the Wraiths, are the spirits of criminals who cannot rest. But most powerful and fearsome of all are the Nosferatu, the vampires.
You go around switching light switches on and off.
The Rusalki are the spirits of drowned maidens. Some are the victims of accidents, and others were the victims of murderers. They retain their physical bodies and try to drown all who approach them. There is said to be a Rusalka in the lake to the east. I have heard tales that a Rusalka may be tamed through kindness, but I have never heard of anyone actually trying such a thing. Oh, no.
I did. Let's change your voice again.
A wraith is a spirit who cannot rest because of greed. They refuse to leave behind their possessions, and so haunt the sight of those objects.
If you travel by night, you sometimes can see a mound of rocks where no rocks were by daylight. This is the burial mound of a wraith. Avoid it, for the wraith will try to draw their life from you if you get too close.
The aura spell will protect you from that, though.
The Nosferatu,
Bleh.
the undead which feed upon the blood of living things. If a man is drained unto death by a vampire, he will rise from his grave as a revenant, hungering for the taste of human flesh. If a vampire shares its own blood with its victim, The victim will rise from the grave as a slave of its vampire creator. It too will be a vampire, but it must obey the commands of its master and cannot harm its master directly. Sometimes the sharer of vampire blood is not drained entirely by the master vampire. Thus, he can continue to live until struck down by a natural death.
Like,
Then he
falling
will
off of a
rise
building.
from his grave. The old rulers of this land, the boyars of the castle, were the Borgov family. The last boyar was a strange man, so it is said. What became... When we heard rumors that Borgov Castle was again inhabited, we brought our wagons to Mordavia. We thought perhaps the old boyar's son had returned, and we could trade with him again. We met with the gatekeeper, who said that the Borgov family was dead. So we did some trading with the gatekeeper, but never saw signs of this Borgov cousin.
Ah, I have run in this forest for... The forest is a... Last night we were hunting far to the south. I heard a voice call out a command. Bushes here, disappear! The voice had the fur on the nape of my neck up on end, so I did not investigate further.
To the south, you said.
Hunting in Mordavia is always an interesting experience.
I do believe I know where to do with that information. Wait. I need bones.
The cards have again been shuffled and cut, so reveal now the subject of this reading.
Ah, Adavis.
This reading is of the ill-omened man, and now we shall learn more of his purpose and past. The next card you turn shall show the distant past.
Ah. His Dark
The Queen
Master.
of Swords. Interesting. Sometime in the past, this man has met the mystery lady of your present. He may have been betrayed by her, or perhaps he is the betrayer of the lady. The next card shall reveal her influence.
Magician.
Ah, the magician. The woman of mystery has magic also. One is the teacher of the other.
Yes.
The order of the cards suggests it is the woman who was the master, and the man her apprentice.
Okay.
The events you face now, obviously, began in the dark past. Let us learn now of the more recent ones.
Me.
Aha, this is your own influence upon the man. It seems you were as important to his history as he was to your own.
I killed him.
Now, let us see the manner in which you affected him.
I killed him. Death.
Death, the card of transformation. You are the agent of this man's failure and loss. You altered his life irrevocably.
Oh, you can say
Even
that
if you
again.
destroyed him, my dear, he still influences the present. That the cards chose to reveal information about him shows that he is again a player in the game of your life. What next can we learn of this one, huh?
Eight of Swords.
In the present, the Eight of Swords. This is the card of conflict and domination. The last card which crossed this man was also a symbol of bondage. He is somehow a prisoner or an unwilling accomplice of another. Let us see if the cards will explain further this relationship.
What if the card started going off on something else? 5 of...
This is the card of conflict and struggle. This man does not take his bondage lightly.
Yeah, he never did.
Now, let's see what the cards show of his hopes and desires.
Chariot.
The Chariot represents triumph and vengeance. There is a strong need to gain control of the situation, of his life. He may seek escape, but escape is clearly not enough. Let us see in what way he may triumph.
Inverted devil.
Oh, this time the devil is inverted. The meanings may differ, but this is a card that bodes no good whichever way it lies.
Because it's the devil.
Your man clearly seeks release, but with that freedom, he will also seek revenge.
Against me.
Whatever
done bad
or
things
whoever binds
to
him
him.
now cannot contain him forever. He will seek his revenge, and you will need to be wary. You will face him again in a struggle to the death. Now let us reveal the card that rules over the past and the present. Oh, the dark card of the void. The influence of the Dark One overshadows all. No more shall be revealed, nor shall things be spoken at this time. The cards have spoken. The cards have spoken.
Okay, bye.
You say,
May the wind be in your face and the hunting good.
Hello, bird. Oh, wait. A rabbit. You will pay with you for your life, rabbit.
a tinkling, a tink.
Let's go have a look at these. Ah,
These bushes look as though someone planted them here deliberately. No.
grow and prosper.
You provide the area foliage with a long-winded introduction and description of your past exploits. You'd almost swear you heard the trees yawn, but it must just be the wind in the bushes. Nothing. As you repeat the magic phrase you learned from the Lishi, it's a dead body, artistically laid out for maximum shock effect. Actually, it just happened to fall in that position, but please don't tell anyone. Skulls line the pathway to a most peculiar chicken-legged hut. There can't be many like it. This must be Baba Yaga's hut, last seen in Spielberg.
Oh dear.
There's no response from the dead body, of corpse.
Go back, or face thy doom. Hey, wait a second. Don't I know you from somewhere? Yeah, you're the guy that turned Baba Yaga into a frog. So what are you doing here? Trying out for the part of soup du jour or auditioning for the main course?
Uh, you know.
Yeah. Don't remind me. I thought I was gonna be left behind when the hut flew the coop, but Baba Yaga picked me up later. You sure made her mad.
I can see how that would be the case.
Put it this way. A wristwatch ain't much use without a wrist. And a pair of dancing shoes don't do much when you got no legs. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Bring me something to keep the sun out of my eyes, maybe.
I can help you with that.
She's back to her old self, if you knows what I mean. Other than a craving occasionally for flies and a distaste for frog legs.
Well, at least we don't have to worry
she's the
about
same
frog
as
leg
ever.
fricassee again.
Call me Bonehead. I'm just hanging around like always. Danger? Around here? Nah, must be your paranoia acting up again. This place is as cozy and safe as a coffin. You can see for yourself that the hut's okay. Took it a bit to settle down from the last flight, though. You mean the hut of brown now sit down sort of thing the last time you was by? Well, that don't work anymore. Just go up to the hut and it'll squat and let you in, if it wants you in. My eye? Not bad at all. I has to admit, you gave me a real gem.
That's true, I did do that indeed. Well, I'll just be going now.
See you around. Don't come back unless you got a reason to be here.
I do have a reason to be here, but I don't have anything to give you. Just Jason.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
1 and 2 and 3 make 6. Who hides her hut behind trick sticks? Magic.
Would that be Baba Yaga in her chicken leg hut you try?
Baba Baby, that's the one. An ogress who is loads of fun.
If you say so. Tried to kill me last time we met.
Guessing answers without knowing? Check your guesses first by going.
I was there. Uh-oh. Ain't having that nonsense. I do not need to be poisoned. Just because I can easily cure the poison doesn't mean I want to be poisoned. Oh, me.
Your magical lasso.
What time is it? Pretty early on in the day. That's good. Pretty sure the bells don't change anymore. It's the same one every time.
Everything in nature
Say,
well,
You tell Dr. Cranium that you would like to visit Silmaria.
Ha ha ha! Silmaria, a lovely place by the sea. You must be sure to visit the Academy of Science there when you visit. I am sure you will have the opportunity someday. You really should take the time. Here you are. I am happy as only a scientist can be. To know the inner truths of nature is to be truly content. Oh, being a world-famous scientist is a very fulfilling life. You live off the research grants, call everything you do an experiment, and bring bodacious babes back from the grave. Nice work if you can get it, huh? Frankie has been a great help in my experiments. Her assistance has been quite stimulating. The scientist never fails to observe nature. Why, if I had not gone on an observation trip... The forest outside of town is quite a fascinating area. The trees are primarily deciduous with the occasional conifer. A wide variety of fauna inhabits the forest. There is a beautiful garden. I had some fascinating experimental results with the bush. There used to be a bush that grew 7 different types of blossoms in the garden. There is still a tree that provides fruit and I am convinced that the garden must have been intentionally planted, as it contains, fortunately, few...
Well, I will be seeing you, champ.
Be careful out there. It would be a shame to lose such a promising future scientist. Good luck, mi-
The strangest thing happened. Someone broke into the old monastery and burned the place down. I don't suppose you'd know anything about this.
Well,
You describe the evil, the terrible evil you found within the monastery, and how you felt it was necessary to burn the place to the ground so that the evil would not spread.
Perhaps I should learn to value your judgment. It is a good thing the place is destroyed.
you have no idea.
I suppose you heard that the gypsy didn't kill Igor after all.
No, I did that, actually.
Tell all...
Well, not that I... Oh dear.
Yeah, my...
You tell Olga that the gatekeeper's name is Boris Stovich, and ask if they're related.
Aha! So that's where the so-and-so went. Huh? Tell him he's a rotten no-goodnik.
Okay.
As my husband used to...
I fear I may have gotten myself involved in something I don't want to be involved in. Hi again.
Welcome again. You tell Boris what Olga said about him. He blushes.
Olga was always opinionated. I grew tired of listening to her complain about me all the time. My wife is...
Oh yeah, sure she has.
I am very... I do not know. Since the last...
I'll just be going now.
Be careful. Good luck.
back to your wife. Play a game of, I wouldn't call it telephone, really, since the message isn't going to get garbled any.
I heard that.
You tell Olga that...
Well, if he'd ever been here to get his work done instead of spending all his time carousing at the inn, I wouldn't have had to complain. And you can tell him I said so, huh?
Okay.
There's
I sure loved being a messenger.
Welcome again.
Tell him that Olga thinks he was too lazy.
Lazy?
What was there to do in a shop with no customers? Once the swamp cut off trade here, we had nothing to sell. I had nothing to do there, so just because I would sit at the inn and talk with the other men, she thought I was lazy. All she ever did was sit around and give me orders when I was in the shop. What was the point of dusting if no one came in the shop to notice the dust? Farewell.
Sigh. After I finish with Baba Yaga, I think I'm gonna, do some training in between, videos.
more missing people.
You tell Olga that Boris...
Ah, I wouldn't have had to order him around if he would only have done his work. I just wanted the shop to be neat and clean in case anyone came in. How does he expect me to do all the work around here by myself? Yeah, this was his family.
You seem to be doing alright by yourself as it is. Hi again.
When the days of...
You tell Boris that Olga is having trouble running the shop without him.
There is much to do to keep the shop straightened up. My family always worked together to keep it going before. If only Olga wouldn't nag me all the time. She and I used to enjoy running the shop when we actually had things to sell. What is the point of even running a shop when there is no business? May
This game was so good, and Part 5 was just such a letdown. And again, from what I understand, they didn't intend to make a 5th one.
You again!
Tell Olga that Boris doesn't see any reason to keep the shop open when there's nothing left to sell.
No business. Huh. You just tell that man about my avocado and garlic sandwiches. People come in and buy them all the time. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes, from what I what I remember of the 5th game, before it came out, there were like the ads for it said things like, "We thought it was over. We thought the adventure was done, but you just wouldn't let it die," or something like that.
You tell Boris.
How I used to love her avocado and garlic sandwiches. We had them on our wedding night, you know.
Oh, did you?
You should have seen the garlic and avocado flowers decorating our wedding cake. Oh, beautiful. And she baked the cake herself. Oh, she always was a good cook. You remind me of how much I miss my wife. I shall go back and visit her. Farewell.
Please don't kill her. I mean, need to buy more sandwiches.
Back again.
No? Nothing?
Boris came back to visit me.
Good, 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 good.
I have heard tell you were seen near the monastery not long after the folks noticed the fire. I'm not saying you did it, but I'm glad you did. And that... They say Nikolai went off. Word has it that you rescued the grave digger. Well, the jeep... The board...
Well, I'll just be going. Alright, we'll call it a video here. Not much else to do until nightfall, so I guess I'll... I don't know, climb or rest or whatever until then. So I am the Blues 32. This is Quest for Glory 4, Shadows of Darkness, TTFN.